Clubhouse Chatter Podcast. For the fans, by the fans. For the love of the game.
Hello, baseball fans. All right, that was a little too cheerful. My Braves record is not ready for a cheerful intro like that. Hello, baseball fans. How you doing, Jackson?
Spencer Strider's back, so okay.
Quadzilla is back. He did not
The-
skip leg day while he was hurt.
no, those quads look massive.
Like
Holy,
those quads are in midseason form already on his first start of the season.
yeah. The Braves broadcast, I was able to pop it on my break at work today. They were like, "Yeah, his quads look bigger. How?" I'm like,
He already had the best quads in the entire Major League Baseball, but hey, they got better.
yeah. But that's about the only positive of this week.
I mean, we got some wins. I'm gonna let's just be happy about that. We're not winless. We are 5-13 right now. We're recording this Wednesday night. Braves have an off day on Thursday before they come back home. But man, that rough start to the season, and it's getting more and more difficult for me to stay positive for this team because yes, we have been down our two best players, but there's only so much I can like withstand. Like we're digging ourselves into a hole, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to cut to the chase. Everyone complaining about, the Braves outfield stinking. Uh, Blame Jerks and Profar.
Yeah. I mean, we put so much value into him being our big offseason pickup, and then was that 4 games into the season we lose him for 80 games?
Yeah. And the biggest problem is it's making Kelnick and Brian De La Cruz play every day. Thomas, do you want to know what Jared Kelnick's OPS is this season?
If it's over 4, I'd be surprised.
It's 506.
Hmm. Yeah. Just
Yeah, and
it's been a rough season, man. It's
Brian De La Cruz, who's been playing every day, yeah, he's rocking that sick 472 OPS. So these are platoon outfielders playing every day. That's what
they're
happened.
both fourth outfielders on any other team, and they're starting. They're a big workload for us right now, and it's
Yeah,
showing.
I think it's time to end the Kelnick experiment, man.
I mean, he
Uh,
he still has options. He can go back to AAA, let him go figure something out, and maybe that'll be the kick in the butt he needs to get to the caliber player that I mean, he has the potential. The potential we catch glimpses of it every other week. We're like, oh, is that Kellenic? Is that what we're looking for? And then he'll go back
nope.
to what we've been seeing.
Yeah, and his biggest problem is, I'm not going to let him be blameless, but Michael Harris has the same problem as he swing.
Yeah.
It's it's the for lack of a better term, the I don't want to say monkey brain because that's a little rude, but it's just that primal instinct. They see pitch, they swing at pitch. They don't care where the ball is. They don't care where they're putting their bat. They let it fly. And for guys like Kelnick and Harris who have those loopy left-handed swings, it's a disaster because if you don't square the ball up, it's either a dribbler to the right side or you're taking the biggest hack of all time, and the ball's in the catcher's mitt.
Yeah. Now I don't want to put all the blame on Tim Hires, the new hitting coach for the Braves, but you can see what he's trying to do with the team. They're taking a lot more pitches. They're taking a lot more ease and patience at the plate. But my biggest headache right now is too many of the down the heart of the plate pitches that they're taking. If you're going to take pitches, take the ones that are nibbling on the corners. Don't take a ball that should be hit 450 feet that's down the heart of 755 Battery Avenue. You those are the pitches you're supposed to tee off on, and they're being too patient on the good balls and they're being too active on the bad balls.
Yeah. Again, we talked about it. It's like that mental block that they have. You know, they're struggling. You know, teams have found out, high up and in. I know it's the kryptonite of every hitter if you can locate it, but like these guys can they're not ever sitting fastball
Yeah.
because they sat fastball last year. Where'd that get them? 60% breaking balls or whatever,
Yeah.
and it ruined everybody. And they just go up there and flail at the plate. I mean, we're recording this Wednesday night. Franchise record 19 strikeouts today, boys.
Yeah.
Uh, top three hitters over 12, 11 strikeouts. Uh, yeah, I mean,
Now I don't want to put that all on the Braves. Chris Bassett is a great pitcher. He did his thing today. He had 6 strikeouts in the first, what was that, 3 innings. He was mowing us down. And although the Braves should be doing better, we have the caliber to be better. He was doing his thing. He was doing what he's supposed to do.
yeah, and I think that really exposes the Braves' biggest weakness, which is veteran pitchers who know how to pitch.
Yeah. And we don't have that right now on our team. We don't
Yeah,
have those veterans. And yes, we got Strider back now. Yes, we have the reigning NL Cy Young winner. Yes, we have probably one of the better pitchers in the major leagues in Schwellenbach right now, but we need we need one more veteran pitcher to get us to where we're supposed to be. We need our pitchers to get us into 5 and 6 innings for the starters. We just need a lot right now.
yeah,
They're struggling to get to the five full innings. They're struggling hard to get five
yeah,
full innings.
and it's really like I don't know how to describe it, and I know it sounds like the salty Homer fan, but like the bad luck on batted baseballs is
Yeah.
it's just compounding. It's multiplied. This team can't hit with runners in scoring position. Well, half the time I watch, Matt Olson's taking a lot of flack right now. Uh, for Go look at his baseball savant page.
I'm
Dude's
gonna
hit,
I'm gonna I'm gonna stick up for Olson
yeah,
until I can't anymore because Olson's doing his thing. During
his
the what was that, the Tampa Bay series, he went 3 for 11, 3 for 13, and 8 out of those 11 balls that he hit were over 110 miles an hour. He
yeah,
he's doing his thing.
yeah. His expected slugging percentage is 617. His actual slugging is 344. Like what?
He just has horrible luck right now. He's hitting the ball just like he did when he broke the Braves record for most home runs in the season.
Yeah,
He's hitting it just like that.
he's hit the top of the wall like 3 or 4 times this season.
He's gotten robbed 3 or 4 times this season.
Yeah, I mean he's walking at a 17% rate, Thomas.
If a
So the
outfielder if
you're
outfielder wants to rob a home run, just play against the Braves because you're gonna
yeah.
have that opportunity.
Oh yeah, we kings of warning track power, baby. Let's go.
Warning track power. I haven't heard that phrase in so long, but
Weight room.
yes, warning track power. That is very accurate.
They need to bring back the ice cream machine to the clubhouse, and they need to all hit the weight room.
Yeah, yeah. All right. That's enough with the pity party. What good can we talk about with the Braves? What have we been doing well?
You talked about that approach. The numbers don't show it. It feels like they're walking more. Ozuna's leads the majors in
Ozuna's
walks.
leading everybody in walks, but
Yeah,
I mean, he's the only person that any team is worried about right now. So you pitch around Ozuna, and then you go to someone who has third, fourth most strikeouts in the league. I'm gonna walk him too.
yeah. I mean, Matt Olson is only striking out at a 17% rate, which is good. He's hitting the ball hard. He's not striking out. He's walking a lot. It will eventually turn around. Austin Riley's had himself a week. We'll excuse the
John
four
Murphy
strike.
had a good week.
Yeah, we'll excuse the four strike. Yeah, Murphy looks like 2023 first half Murphy. So there's definitely stuff there. Uh, it's just can they put it all together at the same time on the same night?
So do we see a change in the roster? Do we see like a Alex Verdugo make his debut this week? Do we see him anytime soon?
I think you have to, and I think Kelnick's the casualty man.
Yeah.
He's the other than De La Cruz, he's the worst defender, but De La Cruz is probably your best power righty bat off the bench, and I threw up a little bit in my mouth saying that. But you can't option Fairchild. I know Fairchild hasn't hit, but he hasn't really gotten a good chance to win a starting spot. But Fairchild can run. He's got a cannon of an arm, so I don't know why Fairchild isn't playing every night, at least in one of the corner outfield spots, to have something.
I mean,
But I think it's Verdugo time, man. And
just to change something up, get a new face in the lineup, get somebody in the clubhouse that can maybe spark something. I'm hoping Spencer Strider can do that, but we might need to go ahead and just change that up. But we have to change something. The whole
yes,
Jerks and Profar thing just threw us for a loop.
yeah, I think Strider is the guy. His post game comments today about staying positive. There's still a lot of baseball. He said if we're gonna lose every single game, you can bet on us grinding out every single game.
Yeah.
Which tells me that Strider is a leader in that clubhouse. He's only 25, but he's a leader. He's a gamer.
Yeah.
I think Austin Riley having a big week and kind of setting himself back on track. I think that's big for this lineup. I know it hasn't really translated to it, but if Riley can stay hot and they can get Ozuna back,
Yeah.
it feels like they can drive some runs in at the top of that lineup at least.
What's your thoughts right now on Nick Allen? Is he our starting shortstop right now?
I think so. Arcia, his body language is bad. His effort's bad. I don't know if you saw that ground out in the Tampa Bay series where he hit a dribbler to third base and he stopped running. He could have beat it out. He stopped running. That's unacceptable, bro.
I also like Nick Allen has that speed aspect that we haven't had on this team in a good second. We've been home run or die. And if your name's not Acuna, you're not getting more than 10 stolen bases.
Yeah, and Harris doesn't get on base enough to steal enough bases.
Yeah.
That's currently that issue. But I like Nick Allen. He plays just as solid defense as Arcia. He puts the ball in play a lot. He's got that speed. I think he leads the team in stolen bases, but I think he's the exact kind of guy, just a scrappy kind of grind it. He's a good bottom of the order type of guy. You get guys on base, he's going to put the ball in play, make it happen. He can bunt, he can move guys over, he can play situational baseball. In today's baseball, where it's so hard to get 3 hits in a row to manufacture a small ball run, and everyone swings for the fences. Sometimes all you need is one hit, a steal, you move them over, hit a sac fly.
I miss small ball. Get them on, get them over, get them in. And you don't need a hit every time to move the runner. Just if you got a runner on second, third base, hit it to the right side of the field. And that runner's moving.
Yeah.
Don't pop it up. Don't strike out. Those are the times I get most frustrated. Just you can have that out to the outfield, but let's just get it to the right side of the field somewhere.
Yeah, you got to move that runner over. And it's the name of the game. We've seen lots of teams at the top, adjust to it. I'm not going to put the Yankees on that list because, they play at Yankee Stadium and they use those torpedo bats or whatever. But take a team like San Francisco. They don't have a ton of power on their team. They single and double other teams to death. That's why they're good. San Diego, same thing. They'll hit some home runs, but as their lineup's constructed, it's get them on, get them over, get them in.
All right, so moving forward, coming back home, got 6 games at home against Minnesota and St. Louis. Can we get 4 wins?
Could they? Absolutely. I think Minnesota is bad. I know
we're bad right now, so
I know. So they just
anything.
I know. So that's the thing. So Minnesota should be a team you can take 2 out of 3 from. And St. Louis is, kind of stuck in that little flux of what are they?
Yeah.
I worry St. Louis has a lot of veteran pitchers who are probably going to carve this lineup up. But, if they can look, you don't have to win all the games to get back to 500 right now.
I mean, we got a 162 game season, so let's just chip away 1 game at a time, and we'll get there.
Look, I will say this. This is feeling a little 2021-ish to me. Does it not?
I'm okay with that.
Look,
just survive this regular season and then let Magic take its course.
yeah, the bullpen's struggling a bit. We need a starter to step up. Strider could be the guy that stepped up like Freed did.
Mhm.
The lineup wasn't hitting. But we'll do it reverse this time. Acuna will come back from injury and carry this team to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Uh, Why not? I'm not convinced on the Phillies. The Phillies, the last week and a half have looked putrid. I don't think the Mets are that good. The Marlins don't know how they have 8 wins. Like the Nationals are a good young team, but like people are saying, the Braves season is over. None of these teams
No,
are a
it's not over.
juggernaut.
All this, we're still within arm's reach. The NL East is not doing what the NL East is supposed to do right now. That's benefiting us with our slow start.
Yeah. Look, all these teams in the NL East have problems. This
Mhm.
is this is a winnable division. All you get, look, it's gonna sound weird saying this, but all you got to do is play like 600 ball.
Yeah.
This team is very capable of doing that. They've done it, 4 out of the last 5 years where they just flip a switch and they play 400 ball or 600 ball for 100 games. It's possible.
So I'm looking forward to next month of May because I'm just trying to get past this month of April. It's been a bad April, and I'm not upset with what we're doing. I mean, playing against Cincinnati for 4 games, Pittsburgh for 3 games, playing Washington Nationals 7 times in the month of May. Yes, we have LA again in the month. Yes, we have San Diego again in the month, but I like playing against the Cincinnati's, the Pittsburghs, the Washingtons. I like that as a opportunity to turn the season around.
Yeah, I think these next few series are very crucial.
Yeah.
So you can end April strong and carry it into a May, where you can just kind of float against, the Dodgers and the Padres at home. I think that's going to be really helpful.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be all right. Like you said, win 4 games. Play a good series against the Diamondbacks, and then you got to go play the Rockies.
The Rocky series needs to be we need to sweep the Rockies going into a homestand against the Dodgers. We need all 3 of those wins to end the month.
Yeah, and it's big. These next 12 odd games, they need to go 7-5, 8-4.
Yeah. Let's just get back on the positive side. Let's get to 500 and then we can start the season over.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, it's feeling 2021-esque.
If we can make the playoffs with 89 wins, let's just get there.
Maybe a little 2022. Maybe they'll call up some random position player we never heard of from Double A. And you'll be like the greatest player of all time, and then AJ Smith-Shawver could be Spencer Strider. I don't know.
What's Vaughn Grissom doing nowadays? Is he still hitting the ball?
I think he's still hurt, unfortunately for him.
Dang.
I know. It is a bummer, but hey, Nacho Alvarez, man.
I don't see anybody holding him up right now.
Yeah. He is only like 21 though, so
I mean, look at Acuna when he came up. He wasn't even 21.
that's not a fair comparison. That's like going, man, look at Ted Williams when he was 19.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's Aaron Judge breaking into the league at 25? Ted Williams was there at 19. Aaron Judge is a bum,
All right. Let's end on a good note. What is one good thing you're looking forward to for the rest of the month? We have what's that? 6. We have 12 games left in the month of April. What is one good thing you're looking forward to?
I think the rotation will be more stable with Strider in it. Obviously the Braves didn't win today. He threw a good game though.
Yeah.
I think he looked more like a pitcher than a thrower than he has in the past. He wasn't up there trying to blow everyone away 99. He was throwing anywhere from like 95 to 98.
Yeah.
Changeup looked really good. Slider
said
looked good.
he looked a lot more in control of his fastball. Not that he hasn't always been in control of it, but on the broadcast today, they said they've never seen him hit his spots like he has been lately.
Yeah, and I think part of it is he really worked on himself during this injury. He took the time to master pitching rather than throwing.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to make him a better pitcher. Look for Schwellenbach to bounce back.
Yeah.
Obviously he made, 3 or 4 really bad pitches against Toronto.
And it was
You
just
know,
one inning. One inning. He looked
yeah,
great other than one inning.
yeah, it was like a bad curveball and a bad cutter, but like it happens, And I think Chris Sale, to me,
Chris Sale's gonna
he
fix
didn't
himself.
he didn't have a good start, but let me tell you, he's throwing 97. He's not hurt.
Yeah.
So we just need Chris Sale, and he's just missing his spots. He knows he is. So if Chris Sale can get back on track, you get Sale, Schwellenbach, and Strider, basically giving you an 80+% chance of winning every time they go out there.
Yeah.
You feel pretty good. Even Grant Holmes looked really good against Toronto. So
One thing I'm looking forward to, I think we will have a Craig Kimbrell sighting within the next 2 weeks.
you're right.
He had his first outing with the the Columbus cling shirts. What's the new name of them?
Green Jackets, isn't that what they are?
It had a nice peach color. It looked nice, but yeah,
Oh,
Dave
were they?
Viewfor.
Oh, maybe they were an alternate. I don't know. The minor league team switched uniforms so much.
But yeah, I think something like a veteran presence of a Craig Kimbrell that might spark the team, that might get the fans engaged again. I don't know. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I think you're right, and I think the bullpen, the numbers are really, in losses, the bullpen has not been good.
Yeah.
Let's be real here, but it's not in every loss. There's been a lot. Today they gave up like one run.
Mm-hmm.
They blew up against Tampa Bay earlier this week, or they blew up against this, blew up against that. But for the most part, they've been pretty solid.
Yeah.
I think the only worry is, can Bummer and Pierce Johnson not walk a ton of batters, please?
Let's just limit the walks. Let's try to wake up the bats. Maybe we need to do a old ritual dance or burn all the bats. Maybe we need to go steal the bats from New York. Who knows?
Maybe they need to call Dansby to sage the clubhouse again.
Something.
Something. But it's still early.
Yeah.
I know people hate that sentiment. It's still early. They got Strider back. They'll get Acuna back. No one's running away with this division.
All right. I don't. Yeah. Let's end this episode. I hate having pity parties. I hate having these sad episodes. So next time you see us, we're going to be in better moods. Braves are going to be playing better. We're going to be good.
Yeah, and if not, it'll become a fantasy baseball podcast.
Either that or turn into a Phillies hating podcast and just pick out all the things we hate about the Phillies.
Sure. Well, we can do that too.
All right. Any last words, Jackson?
As always, chop on. Until next time.
Chop on.